So
Yeah, PlayStation's doing a little bit better than Xbox, though.
Well, they just shut down Bluepoint Games, the ones that were responsible for the Demon Souls and Shadow of the Colossus remakes. And instead of them working on other remakes, which, you know, is starting to come out, there was other games they were trying to work on and they were pitching it to Sony and stuff like that. Sony had them working on a God of War multiplayer game instead, a live service multiplayer game instead. So instead of remaking Bloodborne or, you know, Spyro or Jack and Dex or any of these other games that they could remake, they had them working on a God of War live service game. And then shut the studio.
But they are re-releasing God of War, right? 1 through 3.
Yeah, but that's Santa Monica's working on that. Santa Monica is working on that. So
you should get a shield with your do-rag and be Captain Do-Rag, and then I should get like a hammer and be like do-rag, like God of Hammers.
All right. So anyway, let's get him out of here because I don't know what the fuck he talking about.
I'm like, did his edible kick in?
Yeah, dude.
I could be the Iron Do-Rag.
There you go.
I already told y'all what it's gonna look like, bro. I'm gonna be like Superfly, but Captain Do-Rag. Hey, these companies are cooked, bro. And you know what's crazy? Nintendo continues to win by doing fucking nothing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not true. They win because they stick to what they know, right? They stick to their brand, man. That's why Nintendo keeps winning.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're doing nothing. Like nothing got out of the ordinary, nothing over extravagant or nothing like that. They're just, hey, our stupid fans want to keep buying these dumb hamster Pokemon games. We're going to keep making them, you know, like that's what they're doing. Oh, they want to pay $500 for a console that's not as powerful as a tablet. Let's do it. And they're buying it. Like they're just sticking to the fucking script, dude. And they don't have to do nothing. And they just watch Sony and Microsoft this shit to bed over and over again. It's fucking crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And yes, I don't like Nintendo. Everybody knows this. Can't stand them. Can't stand them stupid fucking Pokemon games.
I'm not a fan, but I respect them.
Can't stand. I haven't liked Pokemon since they stopped being innovative and fun. Now it's just, hey, you like Pikachu? Like, get that shit out of here. But yeah, man, it's ridiculous, man. Like Sony's cooked. Microsoft is cooked. Steam is like the only thing that's just like, hey, man, you know, here's our games. Here's some games on here. We got some indie games y'all want to try or something like that. We can get into it, but whew, where do we see the Xbox brand in like the next?
The Xbox brand or the PlayStation? I thought we was talking about Bluepoint because I ain't get to blow my load on that just yet.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So okay, so back to Sony, pretty much shit in the bed. They closed down Bluepoint Studios. This is one of those situations. I know we like to dance on the graves of developers, but this is a situation where I can't even grift on this. I can't grift. What am I gonna say? Bluepoint was an A+ studio. All they did, I mean, yeah, did they make something original? Probably not. They just did remakes, but they did them well. Demon Souls, which by the way, I'm pissed that hasn't come to PC yet.
Yeah, I don't know how that's not on PC yet. That doesn't make any sense.
Like
the Shadow of the Colossus remake. I don't fucking understand that.
Yeah,
it's
like
not there.
I don't know what the hell we're doing here. But yeah, though. I don't. What the fuck? What do you mean you did a performance assessment of the studio and determined that they needed to be closed? That's because you gave them a fucking bitch ass live service game to make, and it wasn't going along great. Why? Because these niggas do remakes, not live service games, and you decided to shut them down. That's like buying a fucking pizza spot, going in there and telling them niggas, "Hey, yo, I need burgers, nigga." They're like, "Well, yeah, we'll make burgers."
Yeah.
You know, I didn't ask you what you make, nigga. I said make burgers, and we want to sell burgers now. And when you come back and you see all the burgers got 1-star reviews, you're like, "Well, fuck it, I'm closing the store down." Bitch, we make pizza. I don't give a fuck what you make. You closed now? Make do, nigga. You can't. Bye. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I don't understand this shit, bro.
It don't make a lick of sense to me. It really don't. I don't know how, like, who the fuck is working over there that just isn't plugged in for real, man? Like, anybody with a phone could get on the internet and go, oh, these people don't want to keep playing our live service games. You know, High Guard just dropped and it's already about to get shut down. Like, that studio's done for. They're done. They're done. Like, nobody wants to keep playing it. Like, who over there just doesn't understand it? Who doesn't get it?
Shout out to Merrick Timoniski. This is the CEO of CI Games, the ones bringing you Lords of the Fallen. And he put out a message. He pretty much said, we'd like to invite any developers impacted at Bluepoint Games to contact us. The Demon Souls remake was an incredible achievement, and we'd be honored to speak with the talented people behind it about opportunities on Lords of the Fallen 2 and beyond. We have multiple roles available, including some not yet listed on our website. If this speaks to you or someone you know, please reach out today. We'd love to hear from you and explore how your skills can help shape our next chapter. Nigga, you know, this is Nick Saban level. This is Nick Saban level diabolical. Nigga said we taking all the best time. Hey, for sure though. Hey, shout out to him for doing that. However, I need you to focus on getting Lords of the Fallen on Steam, nigga.
I do. Yeah, we'll get that shit on Steam. But you know what? This is smart.
Great because he wants to compete with From Software.
From Software, yeah.
What better way to do it than hiring some developers that made a game that kind of I don't know about if it wasn't better than Elden Ring or Dark Souls, but as far as quality, that Demon Souls remake was on point.
That makes complete sense. It's like, hey, like you said, they're trying to compete. You know, he's saying on Lords of the Fallen 2 and beyond, you know, they're probably gonna make a third. You know, they want to make more games like that, you know, and these guys obviously know what they're doing when it comes to that kind of stuff. Of course, just like, yeah, hey, come work for us. And, you know, they got the Epic Games partnership, so they can afford it. So that makes complete sense. If I was working at Bluepoint, bruh, immediately, I would have sent him an email immediately. I don't give a fuck what my position was.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the most exciting part about it, because I think the woke retards that work over at Bluepoint, if they have any, are stupid enough to be like, nah, I'm not going to work for you niggas. I love that. I love that. Great. Give all the great talent and none of the morons.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense, man. Speaking of gaming, we got another game that we need to talk about. We got another game that we need to talk about, bro.
Okay.
What I don't really quick though, what I don't get is just why not like invest more in like some of these smaller companies, man, these smaller studios. Like Sandfall just whooped everybody's ass with Clair Obscur. Like I'd rather just there be more like newcomers like that than some of these older cats. Like get some of these older companies out of here, man.
Well, I think some deals are being turned down. I think there's a combination of a bunch of different things. Sandfall already knows if they can get investments, of course, but who's investing and what do they want, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's where you negotiate your control, though, right? I mean,
yeah. I think, to be honest, I think it's a pride thing. I think that a lot of these AAA companies that have been around for decades, you know, like EA, Ubisoft, well, not even Ubisoft, because Ubisoft's even bending the knee and they're starting to publish indie games that are being developed right now, like Morbid Metal. They're publishing that game now, you know, and it looks like it's a sick game. I played the demo. Like they're starting to understand, hey, we got to start getting into this market. But I think a lot of these companies feel like they don't need to do that because of their name alone, and they feel like if they start doing shit like that, they're going to be looked at like lesser than. Like it's a pride thing. Like they're like, oh, you know, hey, we don't need to listen to these smaller developers or the fans. Like it's come out that they don't want to listen to you because they think that you're stupid.
Yeah,
like,
but the question is, how much money can you afford to keep losing, man? Like that's the question, right?
Yeah, but you know, but we're thinking with common sense, right? Like we're thinking, hey, you know, hey, this isn't working. What do we need to do to fix it? right? Regardless of how it makes it look in a certain light. Hey, we need to turn this around. Because if it was me, for a fucking 2 years ago, I'd be like, hey, shut all that shit down. We're starting fresh. Like, we wouldn't even be in this situation. But they're not thinking like that. They're thinking, well, whose fault is it? Because it's not our fault. That's what they think, So I see it as a pride thing. And I feel like if you're a developer or somebody that's making a game, like we've seen all these indie games, we got the Knights Path people that are making their game. There's a couple other indie games. There's one dude I'm talking to who's making a bounty hunter game called Rift Walker. That shit looks fucking awesome. Like, make your own games and then, put it out there and don't really worry about these companies because, as you can see, they don't have your best interests at mind. Like, they're not thinking clearly. They're not thinking logically. And they're going to spend too much money and lose too much money. Just make your own shit. So.
Yeah, but there's only so much money you can lose, though, right? I mean,
yeah, you would think so. You would think so. You would think so, but then like you have EA, that's like there's not really any games that you could think of that are new that EA has put out, but they got Madden, they got FIFA,
they got WWE, right?
Yeah, so they're not even thinking about that. They're making bank over and over again with those games.
I'm sorry. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge this.
What?
We mentioned Ubisoft earlier. Y'all remember the quadruple A Skull and Bones game where we